Hey YouTube, KD2BTP here, and today I wanted to go over, now that I've had the x6100 for a little bit, I wanted to go over and show you some of its features here. So let me turn this on real quick. Takes a second. Push and hold, that's the power button. So I did go over some of these features. It does take a second to boot up here. So I don't have anything on there right now. One thing I did want to add is I did a little short on this, but this is a speaker I bought off of Amazon. It was like 12 bucks. It's a powered speaker. I don't know if you can see that on the back, but there's the power button. You push that on, you saw the light come on, and you turn it off. But that plugs in real nice to the side of the radio and gives it really good sound and much louder than the speaker that's in there, which is, as far as I'm concerned, like you saw in the other video, it's terrible. So what do we got here? So you got your power button. This is your volume, up and down. And then this can also be your squelch, and it's a push button key. Then you have your some settings over here, and this changes your settings down here for your function buttons. So right now I'm on general, but if I go to app, it gives me a modem, the SWR scan, which is actually a pretty nice feature. I don't have an antenna set up now, so obviously my SWRs are super high. And we'll get off of that. We'll exit that. And then your voice call, if you want to record messages in voice when you want to call CQ for a POTA or something, and you don't want to have to keep saying CQ POTA, CQ POTA. That's a nice feature as well. Go back here. Then you got your key settings, which is for your CW. And some other settings for that, for your CW settings is all set under the key one, and use of the function buttons. And then you have a message one here. This message is for CW. So you can set up your CW, CQ calls and whatnot. The DFN is your noise filtering, so you got your noise reduction, and you got some settings there, and then your noise blanker here, and then you got some settings with each one of them. And then these are your filter settings. You can see the filter menu came up there to show you what you're doing, and you can change those. I typically keep it pretty much wide open, so hit general, go back to the beginning. Now typically with the radio settings, we can go in there, you can see the different settings you have in there, your TX power, mic select, blah, blah, blah. So what you do is you need to use your MFK multifunction knob to scroll through, and I think you can see that on there. But anyways, that picks which one you want. So let's go over here. I don't know, I'll go back. And I'm on TX power, and I hit minus to go down, I hit plus to go up, and when I'm at where I want to be, I can check it, and it goes right back to there. Also, you can go up, down, and hit this back button, which also brings you back. So, just a quick on how to use that. And then there's radio settings here, your RIT, XIT, and some other, your noise reduction over here, and your more different settings, let's say. So you got display settings, pretty self-explanatory. System settings. So this is where you would set the time. It'll also let you know what. Let me do this here. What firmware you are at, let's say. And then also when you want to do your firmware upgrade, you can set your Bluetooth, your Wi-Fi. You can do a factory reset from here. So that's in a nutshell. And then you got memory edit, and in a nutshell is what's on the front other than the VFO and your lock button here. And so we'll take a look at the top here. You have your band select, up or down. You have a push to talk, because this does have a built-in speaker mic, or a microphone on it. Up here you got your mode, AM, FM, CW, single sideband, your different VFOs, A or B. you have your preamp and your attenuation all in the same button. So to use, and these are multi-function keys. So you see that there's letters written in white, and then letters letters on the buttons themselves. So when I push the preamp, for instance, once real quick, I get the preamp on there, and if I long press it, well, actually, I'm sorry, the attenuation was already on, so let me do this here. So if I hit this once, the preamp comes on. If I hit it again, the preamp goes off, short press. If I hit long press it, then the attenuation, see the ATT there, goes on. Now, when it's like that, I can also turn the preamp on with another short press. If I do a long press, it turns off the attenuation, and a short press will turn off the preamp. And you can see those up there. So that's the same kind of setup for all these buttons. Here's your ATU. That just turns the ATU on. That means it's on. It does not mean that it's tuned. You need to push and hold it to tune it. I'm not going to do that because I don't have an antenna hooked up to it. So in another video of mine, you saw me using the tuner on the XPA 125B amplifier, and I had to turn the tuner off. Then you got your FST, which will changes the kilohertz range that your VFO will work in. You can see how that is lit up. And I'll go back to the beginning. Oop. And so this one, ironically enough, says menu, but if you long press it, it doesn't seem to do anything, so I don't know. But anyways, that's how you change how fast you want your VFO to spin. And you can see wherever a highlighted square is the increment that you're using. So, other than that, everything else, A and B, and then long press A equals B. That's pretty self-explanatory. We'll take a look at this side. You can put your SD card in there, and that's how you would do your firmware update. You have your microphone, an ACC, your key, your speaker, and then it's got 2 USBs. So when you want to hook it up to use digital modes, you use this one. This host you can use for a mic, or I mean a keyboard or a mouse. And supposedly you can hook those up via Bluetooth. I have not tried them yet. On the other side here, you got your power in for external power, as well as where you charge it, your I/O out if you need that, and obviously your antenna jack. So that's it in a nutshell. It's a pretty sweet radio. I've been having good luck with it. I think you've seen some of the videos. Pretty good success. It's, you know, it's a great radio, but it is a little... like the pan adapter takes a little time to catch up, a little more than, like, say, my FT710 over there in the background. But it does work. Is it the greatest pan adapter? You know, whatever. It does work good, though, and I'm happy with it. So, you know, it's a compromised radio, obviously. It's a QRP, it's a portable radio, but the darn thing works fantastic. I've not really had any issues with anything. It is not a base station radio. If you're looking for something to buy for your house that you want to use as a base station, I don't know, yeah, if you can get over some of, you know, you'd have to add a speaker and probably figure out how to get a better mic for it, which someday I will be playing around with. That kind of stuff can be done. I'm sure there'll be more firmware updates and whatnot, so you'll be able to, I'm sure they'll work out more of the bugs as time goes on. Seems to be working pretty good for the type of radio that I like to do, like I said in other videos, so I'm pretty happy with it, and I just thought I'd give you a little overview of some of its features and how it works. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already. KD2ETP 73, y'all.